So I bought my first bit of Bitcoin just before the last halving in 2020. Now that we're about 6 months away from the next halving, I'm starting to feel a little bit like a veteran here. I'm still learning a lot and I don't claim to know everything, but having gone through a full cycle, I definitely have a good insight into what you should be doing if you want to make this next bull run a success for you. Now, the past couple of weeks, we've seen the crypto markets pump. Bitcoin was pumping. ILV, which I'm a big holder of that you'll see a little later in this video, that is pumping massively. And one of the biggest mistakes you can have is just simply not to have a plan. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So again here, having a plan equals success. If you're just going to wing it, you might make a little money, but there's a much higher percentage that you end up failing or not capitalizing on what you can. So a couple things to keep in mind as we enter this bull market are if some things seem too good to be true, stay away from them. If you really feel compelled to get into these projects, they should be those things where you get in, you make a little bit of money, you get out. Anything that's too good to be true is just a ticking time bomb, and you really don't want to be sticking around in those for too long. So protect yourself. This can be looked at in a couple different ways. Make sure you're not getting scammed on Discord, people DMing you. If you're seeing announcements in Discords that are saying like, hey, act fast to get this NFT or something like that, even if it looks like it's coming from someone that you know, people get hacked in Discords get hacked themselves. I wouldn't rush to get anything done. If any project is truly putting you in a situation to have to rush to something, then I'd be weary of sticking around in that community in the first place. And on the other side of things, protect the crypto that you have. So make sure you're keeping your seed phrase safe. I would highly recommend you get a cold storage wallet like a Ledger or a Trezor. And if you need one of those, check out the links in the description below. So manage your emotions. Now this is tough for everybody. I've gone through a whole cycle. So I've seen everything go up parabolically and then, come crashing back down. And I've stuck around through this whole bear market. And I've done a pretty good job at managing my emotions. But I will tell you, this past couple weeks, when I'm seeing all of these coins pump again, it's tough. You get a little bit of FOMO. I've been able to control that FOMO, but you always think like, I should have got more. Should have got more of that ILV. Should have got more of that Bitcoin. And one of the most important things as we go into this bull market is take profits. That was the biggest thing I missed in the last bull market. I got into Web3 gaming early with Axie Infinity. I did the whole scholarship thing. There were a couple months in the summer, fall of 2021 where I was making, over $10,000 a month. But instead of taking profits, I just kept compounding that in, thinking it was going to go up forever. In hindsight, bad idea. I did take some profits into Ethereum, which helped me out when things came crashing down, but I wish I took more profits. In the coins that I did take profits on, I don't regret taking those profits at all. For example, one of the earliest coins I got into was the SAND token in January 2021. I bought it at 8 cents. It topped out around $8. That's a 100x. But I was taking profits at 80 cents, $1.50, $3. And even though it went up to $8 and I could have made a ton more money, I don't regret taking those profits because the coins I had that did go crazy high and I didn't take any profits, well, I ended up down on those and sitting on them through the bear market. So what to expect? So this was an image I found online from Secrets of Crypto. It's just the path to alt season. And I firsthand saw this. So back in 2020 when I bought some Bitcoin, it was the smart choice to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin was pumping, the Bitcoin dominance was going up. And later in that year, Ethereum started pumping. And that's when I started buying Ethereum, which was my second coin. And then as we got into early 2021, I was looking deeper into Web3 and Web3 gaming. And I started buying coins like AXS and ILV. And the pumps they had on those came much later than the pumps on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, it doesn't mean this plays out all at once. Like Bitcoin's going to have one run and then Ethereum's going to have one run. Then large caps and altcoins. This can happen multiple times. Just look over the past month. Bitcoin dominance went up a lot. Bitcoin pumped. Now over the past week, we've been seeing Ethereum and some large cap coins and even some other coins like related to gaming like ILV really start pumping this past week. And I wouldn't be surprised if 3 or 4 months from now, we're back to seeing Bitcoin dominance go up while everything else is trading sideways. So the big emphasis on this video is to have a plan, and everybody's plan is going to look different. Your plan is going to look much different than mine, even if you're a big Illuvium bull like me. But I'm just going to get into a little of my plans and how I'm going to go about this. So my goal throughout this bear market, pretty even in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Illuvium. Those are the 3 biggest coins that I believe in and that I trust in right now. So I'm sticking around 25% for each of those. And then the last 25% is going to be other large cap coins. Other gaming coins are like Ron and IMX, Liz coin, which hasn't come out yet, the Mavia coin. A lot of those are going to make a smaller part of my portfolio. Now, if you think back to that last slide, I expect at some point Bitcoin dominance to go up. So that might bump up to 30%. But over time, I expect Ethereum to outpace Bitcoin. I expect ILV to outpace Ethereum. And some of these other cryptos might even outpace all four of them. So earlier in the bull market, if these coins are outpacing, Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm going to take profits from this into Bitcoin, into Ethereum. I want to stay vested in the market until I think we got close to that peak, and that's when I'm going to be, taking most of my profits into USD. So then we're looking, maybe late 2025, where we might hit the top of the market, start crashing back down, and that's when I'm going to start, loading up on my cash to get ready to buy in at the lows. I still want to keep a good chunk of Bitcoin. I'm not like a Bitcoin maximalist by any means, but in my eyes, that's clearly the safest crypto we have. And I don't want to sell out everything I have. So Ethereum, probably keep around 10%. ILV, I'll keep around 10%. And by utility tokens, I mean like things that I'm going to use in different ecosystems. So SILV2, I'll probably be using. If I'm staking anything and getting rewards on that, I'll be using that. And other gaming coins, if I find some other games that I want to play. So I do want to make sure I say none of this is financial advice. I showed you a little glimpse of my plan, and I don't expect you to follow it. I actually encourage you not to follow it. But the idea is just to make a plan. Don't go into this bull market without a plan and think you're just going to wing it. Because, like I said, you're either going to lose money doing that, or you're going to miss out on a lot of what you could have made. And then you'll have to wait another whole cycle to make that life-changing wealth. I truly believe for me that this is going to be that cycle, this bull market that's really going to change my life. Even though I was in the market the past 4 years, I missed out on a lot of potential because I didn't have that experience. I hadn't been there before. And I'm hoping this helps anybody who's watching, but more specifically, who might have joined through this past bear market the past couple years and missed that last bull run. It's going to get crazy, I promise you that. But yeah, not financial advice.